Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets which you can download in US letter or A4 to accompany each step of this series. There's a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best be prepared for your exam and how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel and do share out the videos. And now we're going to get cracking on the next questions in the 2019 Grade 3 practice paper booklet. We're going to start with question 6. So if you turn with me to page 13, we can have a look at that together. So I'm hoping you've had a crack at these. And now we'll check through the answers together. Don't worry if you go wrong. Always work in pencil. You can just rub it out and have another go, and you'll learn much more thoroughly that way. So then, we're asked to add the correct clef and the key signature to each of these tonic triads. There's the clue. That kind of does a lot of the thinking for us. So for this to be the tonic triad of E minor, the lowest note has to be the tonic E, and it's the first, the third and the fifth. So we're looking for this to be E, F, G, A, B. And so in order for that to be the case, this has to be bass clef, because we know it goes good boys deserve, G, F, E. And so it has to be bass clef. So that's the first part, easily done. Now the second part could be easily done also, so you need to revise your key signatures of your major and minor related keys, or you can work out and write down a list of your circle of fifths, and then that's all the thinking done in one place all together, and you've not got to then keep trying to drag that information to mind. If you're not sure how to do this circle of fifths, if you go to my video, it's in the Music Theory for Everyone playlist, and I'll put a link to the circle of fifths as well, and you'll find the links in the cards and the description box. So that will be really helpful to just have that information to hand straight away. And so you would know that G major and E minor are related keys, so we know that E minor has a key signature of F sharp, so that thinking's already done. We've just got to apply that to the bass clef. So there we go, job done. So for this to be B minor, this must be the tonic note B, in which case it must be the treble clef, every good boy. So treble clef. And if you've done your revision or got your circle of fifths, you know that B minor is related to D major, and it has a key signature of 2 sharps, F sharps and C sharps. So pop those in into the treble clef positions, and there we go. So we're a little bit off the stave here. So we just got to think, for this to be A flat major, it needs to be the tonic A flat. We'll worry about the flats afterwards. We know it's going to be A, C, E with the relevant flats. First, third, fifth. And for that to be the case, there's middle C in the treble clef. There's E, C, E, D, C, B, A. So that is A in the treble clef. It's a bit tricky when you're on all those ledger lines, but you can soon figure it out. And we know that A flat major has a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. So pop those in the treble clef. B, E, A, D. That's soon done. So now for this to be A major, for this to be the tonic note A, this has to be the bass clef. Good boys deserve football always. So it has to be the bass clef. And A major has a key signature of F, C, G. So F, C, G written in the bass clef positions. There we go. And then finally this is G minor, so the tonic G must be in the bass clef because all cows eat grass. If you put treble clef, that would be an E. It needs to be bass clef. And we know that G minor is related to B flat major, which has a key signature of B flats and E flats. So here we go in the bass clef, B flats and E flat. So that's soon done. There we go. Let's press on to the next question. So question 7 asks us to rewrite this melody an octave lower. And we're also changing clef from treble to bass. So we need to make sure we're only going an octave lower and not ending up in some other random octave. And the way you do that is using middle C as a reference point, sort of an anchor point. And so if you remember that middle C, it meets in the middle, at the bottom of the treble, top of the bass. So middle C, bottom of the treble, top of the bass. And so here we know that this is the A above middle C, and so to be an octave lower we need to go to the next A below middle C. And so there's middle C, B, A. That's our starting note. And so that's the hard thinking done. And now we just need to sort of translate the steps up and down into this new octave and this new clef. So we can see we've got an upper step, so we go upper step. Notice I'm only doing the note heads at the moment. I'm just getting the blobs in the correct place because I've got enough to be thinking about getting the pitch right. I'll worry about the stems afterwards because we're going to have some decisions to make where the stems have changed direction. So we've gone A, B, upper step to C. And here, that's a C, an octave lower would be middle C, and we can tell that we're right, so that's correct. Now we're going down, always counting the given note as 1, just like in your intervals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 takes us to an F. Now, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is above the ledge line, and we're one step above the C, so we know that's correct. Now keep going up, so we're going to keep adding ledger lines. Upper step needs another ledger line. Upper step takes us to the space. Now we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to the ledger line. We're on middle C. I think my ledger lines are wandering a little bit there. Shall I just tidy that up? So that's going to be about there. There we go. And we can see, pardon the pun, there's C, there's C. It should be the same note, and it is, so we know we've not gone wrong. So we're checking ourselves in steps, and we're also checking ourselves on where we've been there before to make sure we're in the right place. So down 1, 2, 3 takes us to the A, and that should be the note we've started on, which is so. Down a step, next door, down a step. Now we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to C, an octave lower than middle C here, that's correct. Down a step, down 1, 2, 3, and then down another step. Takes us to the F, C, B, A, G, F, that's correct. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 takes us to the C. We were here before, that's correct. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We were here before. So that's correct. There we go. So that's the hard thinking done. Now we've just got to put the stems in place. So if it's above the middle line, the stems will come down. So that's the case for quite some time here. Now then, we're going to have to think what's going on here, because these are above the middle line, these are below the middle line. So really, we've just got to make a decision. However, these are further away, so we're going to have to go with these. So they'll outvote the lower ones. There we go. And then this is stem up, stem down. There we go. That's that question completed. Just a quick glance through to double check. That will do nicely. Let's move on to this next question. So now we have our Italian terms, our performance directions and symbols. So don't forget that this is all of the terms and directions from grades 1, 2 and 3 combined. So you've got quite a list going on there. And if you refer to your PDF documents from the previous grades as well as grade 3, if you go to the back page, the last page, I'll give you some little tests so you can test yourself in your revision. And then I also in the previous grades give you a little bit of revision guidance with some revision tips of how you may want to go about that. It's up to you. You can do whatever you like, just as long as you start getting to grips with these, because it's only going to get bigger and bigger as you progress on to the higher grades again. So there's quite a lot to deal with, so let's give this a go. And just be careful as well, because it's multiple choice. Sometimes you've got to be careful that the weird definitions don't throw you off scent. They sometimes throw a bit of a red herring there just to confuse matters, so just be careful with your answers. So we're told allegro means quickly. Fine, this I think comes back from grade 1, this one is, and fine literally means the end, which doesn't seem too far stretched to remember that. If you think finish, the end, you can see the root word there to help you. Leggero means light. Kind of a light sounding dancey sort of word to me, so that sort of helps me to remember that. Sometimes strange word associations help you to revise as well, so just find any way that helps you to just catch hold of that word. So tenuto means held. I don't know, this isn't necessarily a proper grammatical definition, but sort of tenacious is a word where you hold on to things, you hang on to it, you're tenacious. Tenuto is held. It usually also means slightly separated, full value, and often with like a slight pressure as well. So held, full value. So FP, so F is forte, loud, P is piano, quiet, and it's immediate change. There's no degree of change. Loud and then literally quiet straight away. Con moto, we have two words here to make sure we get. So con is with, so it can't be any of those. Con is with, but we can be doubly sure because moto means movement. With, oh dearie me, got a bit carried away there. With movement, there we go. That's the end of that question. We'll look at the final question in the next video. I do hope this is helpful to you. These past practice papers are an excellent revision resource, and I hope that you're enjoying getting to grips with the subject. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated, and please do share out the videos, and also please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.